next Kinna, Aleph, Shali Shrufa Be'esh. Once listening to an interview between Ben Shapiro, the political commentator, he's one of the most famous Orthodox Jews, and Michael Shermer, who's Jewish, but he's the founder of the Skeptic Society. Not sure whether we can use the word Epicurus after what Rabbi Becker said, but he's the founder of the Skeptic Society. So towards the end of the interview, Michael Shermer mentioned that in his position, he's commonly asked by Christians trying to get him to convert to Christianity, why don't you become Christian? And he said to them, why should I convert to Christianity if the Jews themselves won't convert? Throughout history, that's always been a sore point for the Christians. That there's really no reason why anyone should believe them if Yeshu's own people, the people he's supposedly coming to save, won't accept it. There's many questions of Christianity. He didn't accomplish a single thing that Mashiach's supposed to accomplish. He couldn't have rebuilt the Beis Hamikdash. We had a Beis Hamikdash at the time. He didn't usher into Arab world peace. He can't be Mashiach ben David if he doesn't have a father. His mother had virgin birth. The questions go on and on. But the biggest question, the thing that rubs Christians in the face the most, is the fact that the Jews, throughout history, is the fact that the Jews will not accept it. He's supposed to be the Jews' Messiah. He's supposed to be the fulfillment of all the psukim mentioned throughout Tanakh. And we ourselves, the people of the book, completely and totally reject him. So in the year 1238, there was a Jewish person who was a little bit of a karoi in the first place. Converts his name was Nicholas Donin Yimach Shemo. Converts to Christianity. And he gives the Pope Gregory the IX, says, I'll tell you why the Jews won't convert. It's not the Bible. It's not the Tanakh. Tanakh is great. It's the fact that the Jews spend all day learning Talmud. And the Talmud, astounding to hear him say this, said it was the Talmud that was corrupting us. He said, get rid of the Jewish Talmud, Jews will all convert to Christianity. So Pope Gregory was convinced of this and demanded that all the copies of the Gemaras be burned. In the beginning he demanded they all be seized for the time being. And he sends a letter out to all the different countries. Says that really they all have to give in their books, and we're going to make a debate and find out. So this papal decree was pretty much ignored everywhere, besides for in France. France was the only place that took this decree seriously. And King Louis IX, Yimach Shemo, demands that all the rabbinic texts, all the Gemaras, all the Sfarim, all be handed to him under the penalty of death. And he seizes 24 cartloads of Sfarim. He then arranges for debate between Nicholas Donin and one of the Balitosos, or Yisroel of Paris. And although the Rabbanan seemed to have pretty handily won the debate, the decision was already a foregone conclusion. They had already decided before the debate started who the winner was going to be, and that they were going to be burning the Gemaras. So in Erev Shabbos, Parshas Chukas, they burned 24 cartloads of Sfarim Akdoshim, between 10 to 12,000 Sfarim were burned. This is at the time before the printing press. Every single sefer was written by hand. It took tremendous efforts. For his religious zeal, King Louis Yimach Shemo was named a saint. He's the only king of France to ever receive that honor. And the city of St. Louis was named for that Rasha Yimach Shemo. Many Jewish people have the custom that if they're ever in Rome, they go to the Arch of Titus and they say, you're gone, but we're still here. Am Yisroel Ohaiv. In St. Louis, Missouri, there's a statue of St. Louis Yimach Shemo, giant statue outside the St. Louis Art Museum. It was the most famous icon of St. Louis from the early 1900s when it was put up until the famous arch. Now that's how people think of St. Louis. But a friend of mine, Rabbi Yossi, is a Rabbi in St. Louis. And he stood in front of that statue, holding a Gemara. And he screamed, King Louis IX, you're just a blip in history. All anyone knows about you is the brewery and the baseball team. You tried to destroy the Gemaras, but you failed. We're still here. And we learn Gemara in the city, named after you. Again, Kinna Memalef, Shal Yisroel
56 in Ohaiv.